Good morning, Sam. Happy Championship Sunday from M&T Bank Stadium. Let's not sugarcoat it at all. There's an overwhelming sense of urgency and pressure on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to get to the Super Bowl and win it. Lamar Jackson was asked about whether he's thinking about the Super Bowl, and he said yes. That's why I had to refocus on winning and playing in this AFC Championship game. He said, quote, "We can't overshadow what's right in front of us right now." As for the weather, a little bit of mist right now, supposed to clear up a little bit later today, but rain throughout the game is forecast. Now here's Jeff Darlington with the Chiefs.
Well, Sal, Lamar Jackson might be feeling the pressure, but I can tell you one thing, the Chiefs' defense is also feeling the pressure of stopping him. Defensive tackle Chris Jones talked this week about the different ways that the Ravens can beat them, whether through finesse or downhill running. They also know that they can be beaten by the legs of Lamar Jackson. Get this, over the last 2 seasons, the Chiefs have allowed more rushing touchdowns by quarterbacks, 23 of them, than any other team in the NFL. The last time these two teams played, Jackson rushed for 2 touchdowns on the ground. So the Chiefs know if they are going to stop the Ravens, the key is to keeping Jackson out of the end zone. Now let's go to Kimberley Martin on the Lions.
Jeff, the Detroit Lions don't care what history says. This is a new regime, a new team, and a new attitude. And they believe this is their time. Asked about the opportunity in front of them, Jared Goff said, "There's 4 teams left. These are the times you dream of as a kid, and we're 1 win away from our ultimate goal of getting to the Super Bowl. But we're where our feet are today." Well, standing in their way of their first Super Bowl appearance in franchise history is San Francisco, a team loaded with talent at every position. But the Lions, they like their guys too. Said head coach Dan Campbell, "We understand what it's going to take. We respect our opponent and know what they're capable of. But we know what we're capable of too." Now, here's Dan Graziano with more on the 49ers.
Kimberley, when Kyle Shanahan got together with his team for the first time this week, his message was, think back to how you felt a year ago after losing that NFC Championship game to the Eagles. Think about how badly you would have wanted a chance to redo that game. Well, you've got it. We are the #1 seed. We have the game at home this year. He said it doesn't matter how we got here. It doesn't matter what happened last year. We are right where we want to be. Sam, back to you in Bristol.
Yeah, we'll find out soon, Dan. Well, the guys on our set sure know what the pressure of this day feels like. 18 times our guys have played or coached in a championship game. Of course, Teddy, 6 of them with the Patriots. Mr. Moss did it 4 times.
No rings.
No, okay, I wasn't going to bring it up. Rex Ryan 4 times. Why you going to be negative, Randy? Jeez. Alex Smith twice, and our friend Larry Fitzgerald 2 times with the Cardinals. Guys, this day, I've heard about it so much, how different it feels. I guess I'm just curious, Larry, from your perspective, how does it feel different? Like, give me something tangible. What feels different about this day?
Well, the first time I played in it, I was like confident. I was my 4th year. We're going to be in this game every single year. I mean, why wouldn't we be, right? And then the next time in 2015, I was a lot more nervous because I realized just how difficult it was to get to the game. And so I think the teams that have the most pressure, you know, the 49ers, for example, Kyle Shanahan, it's not as if they are good enough, but does Kyle Shanahan have what it takes? What is his ceiling as a coach? You know, can he get over the hump? And I think those are some of the things that you worry about when you're getting into these big games.
I was surprised by Sal Paolantonio's report and how honest Lamar was this week, saying, "Yeah, I'm thinking about it all the time, so I got to refocus," because you feel the Super Bowl in this game. You just know how close you are. If the Super Bowl is the final stage, right, you're at the doorstep. You're at the threshold right now, and the door is closed right in front of you, and you're banging on the door over and over again, and hopefully you break through to get to that game, because everyone just wants a shot at the title. Just once. Just give me one shot at the title where I can go in there with my team, and then we'll handle it from there. But this is what you got to do. You got to win this game to get the shot at the title.
You know, winning this game, I could take you back to 1998, coming in as a rookie, where Coach Green and the Vikings put all of this on my plate because I had to go out there and perform. One thing about championship, you know, Sunday is you lean on the guys that's been there before. I remember in 2007, you've heard this before, Teddy. coming to the New England Patriots, you guys were already champions before I got to New England. So I was kind of more leaning on the veterans for more leadership. And then when I got to San Francisco with the championship, I was more of trying to be a leader. But if there's some players that I'm looking for today, standing out Championship Sunday, got to be the rookies. I'm talking about Zay Flowers, Rashee Rice, Sam Laporta, tight end for the Detroit Lions. All three of those guys, they have a lot of food on their plate that they have to eat for today, but I'm excited about these rookies.
Yeah, I can tell you, man, like, I was horrible in championship games. I lost 3 in a row as a coach or whatever, 1 with Baltimore, 2 with the Jets, and it is brutal because here's what happened. You get nothing. Yeah. Brew, you and I talked about it, last night, man. We're sitting back on, like, literally, these other guys, you go on, you get a ring or whatever. You're in the Super Bowl, man, for goodness sakes. You lose this game, zip. Nothing. You go home, nobody cares.
I know it's hard.
That's not true. You get to coach the Pro Bowl. You get to coach the Pro Bowl.
I actually didn't. All right, because they changed some rule. I don't know what the heck it was, but either way, I actually never did. But it was so brutal, man.
It's so accomplished, like getting to the Super Bowl. It's hard when you lose it, okay? I've lost 2 Super Bowls myself, too, but you did accomplish something. Like, I'm proud of what we did in 07. I mean, taking our shot and trying to go all the way and win them all. Right. I'm proud of those teams that went to that Super Bowl and still made it. But if you come this far and you lose, your season is worthless because you have nothing to show for it. That's why this is so big, it's so important, and why it hurts so much to lose this game.
Larry, last thing before we get back to the guys today, I'm just curious, can you tell, as one of the veteran guys, we're talking about the difference between these rookies and the veteran guys on Championship Sunday, can you tell when coaches or players are tight? Like, how can you tell that the guys you're with on this day are tight?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I was in a game, and we were championship game, and a big third down came, and the coach asked him, like, what do you want to do here? And it's like, you haven't asked me that at any point in the season on third down. Like, why would you be asking me that now?
Coach has ice in his veins. We've seen that from him before. Patrick Mahomes, 6th straight AFC championship in his 6th year starting. I mean, I laugh when I say it, Rex, because it sounds ridiculous. Based off what you saw last week, are you doubting at all that he will have a similar performance today?
Well, the only thing, I mean, the opponent, man, I mean, this Raven defense, to me, this is an amazing defense. I know we're going to talk specifically about that defense later in the show, but look, Patrick Mahomes, this is what he knows. This is what he knows. And it's funny, I never thought, I would ever say it. Tom Brady clearly head and shoulders the best that's ever played. And now you're like, well, wait a second. This kid's already gone 6 straight championship games.
And multiple MVPs. Yeah. I mean, from his start.
And
Brady did not
Super Bowl
start
things.
like this. No. I was there for the start of Brady, and we were just asking him to complete some checkdowns where we can win football games, and he didn't make mistakes. Brady was a piece of a championship puzzle early on in his career. No, Patrick has been all the weight on his shoulders from the minute he was a starter. That first year he was a starter, winning the most valuable player, taking the team to a Super Bowl championship, and already his 6 seasons as a starter. This start surpasses the way Tom Brady started. If he keeps this going, I mean, the sky's the limit. He is just going to pass all.
Y'all remember last week in Buffalo, Kansas City goes into Buffalo, and we was talking about the Manning and Brady, matchup. What about Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes? What would y'all call this? If last week was Brady and Manning, then what do you call this? Sam, to your point, there's going to be some plays made today where I think Lamar Jackson's going to look at Patrick. Patrick's going to look at Lamar. They're going to bring the best out of one another. And that's going to make it good TV because I look for a high-scoring game no matter what the weather conditions are. You're talking about 2 of our top of the greatest quarterbacks in our league going head-to-head today. That's must-see TV, man.
But Lamar's got to break through, right? Lamar is the one that has to break through today. I mean, Patrick is trying to cement things. I mean, he's trying to go back-to-back, which is another level that he can even meet with the Patriot teams and Tom Brady and those things. But Lamar's the roadblock, so he has got to play spoiler today.
I have no concerns about Patrick and his ability. It's just a supporting cast. Supporting cast is the weakest he's ever had in this position in this time of the year. Like, I worry about that. He's proven unequivocally that he is the best of his generation. But can the guys support him in his quest for
greatness? What if he still gets it done?
Well, wait a minute. We're talking about regular season, postseason. Yeah. Postseason is when the ball players come out and play. What did they show you over the last couple of weeks? Anything?
They showed me a lot of consistency over the last 2 weeks, but I got to also take in consideration what I saw over the first 17 weeks too. I can't just unsee.
You living in the past, Larry.
No, I'm not.
You living in the
No, I'm
past,
not. No,
Larry.
I'm not. No, I'm not. We got to make sure we watch with the past so we don't repeat it.